Just a couple of minutes back on top of the Newshour, I said very clearly, why does Mohan Bhagwat make things more difficult for Narendra Modi? And we're getting breaking news on top of Newshour tonight that Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj, Amit Shah present in a meeting that's happening at Nitin Gadkari's house right now. This meeting is happening primarily to look at the conversion issue, and there are senior RSS leaders present. Navika will tell us more about that. I'd like to welcome into the Newshour debate this evening Chandan Mitra, of the BJP, Member of Parliament, Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party, Sanjay Jha of the Congress, Mr. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, Kumar Ketkar, senior journalist, Jayanto Ghoshal of the Ananda Bazar Patrika group, Saba Naqvi, political editor of Outlook. Navika, what's the breaking news? Let's start with you.
Well, according to information that we've just got, top leadership of the BJP with leaders like Arun Jaitley, Amit Shah, Sushma Swaraj, Nitin Gadkari and Rajnath Singh all in a meeting at this moment at Nitin Gadkari's residence. This meeting is with the top brass of the RSS. What we do know is there is Suresh Soni who's attending that meeting from the RSS side. We're trying to get details.
So will they harden their position or soften it, Navika?
Well, the meeting, from the sense that we are getting right now from our sources, is the meeting is being held to convey the displeasure of Narendra Modi and how difficult he's found this
displeasure
entire...
with whom? With Bhagwat? With
the way utterances have gone on the issue of Hinduism and the Hindutva agenda, the conversion row, something that's paralyzed this entire session of Parliament. And that is something that the Prime Minister has been deeply disturbed by. Is this a rift between the RSS and the government? First, the government has had problems trying to control its own rank and file, whether it is Yogi Adityanath or Sakshi Maharaj. Once that message was sent across to the members of Parliament, there was a tough statement that came in from Mohan Bhagwat on Saturday, and that hasn't helped matters at all for the BJP in Parliament. And all the good work that they've done over the last 6 months has been lost because they haven't been able to pass any legislation in the Rajya Sabha.
Okay, let's debate this, right? So my first question, welcome into the debate, everyone. First question should go, no, it won't go to you, Saba. First question will go to Chandan Mitra today, because he deserves the first question to be thrown at him. And the question is this, Chandan Mitra. Why is Mohan Bhagwat making things difficult for Narendra Modi?
Now, that's your perception of things. But to answer this, you should have had an RSS spokesperson here. I don't speak for Mohan Bhagwat. I don't speak for the RSS. So I cannot answer this question.
Do you agree with Mohan Bhagwat's view? Would you agree with Mohan Bhagwat's view?
No, that's... It is an RSS view. It is not a question of agreeing or disagreeing.
But does the BJP agree or disagree with Mohan Bhagwat's view?
About the BJP. No, BJP has
does the BJP agree with the view?
There is nothing. No. How can I say? I am not the top leader of the BJP. You have to ask the top leadership of the BJP. There is no view in this matter.
But then the top leader of the BJP, the Prime Minister, is not speaking in Parliament on this.
Everybody has a right to speak. People have spoken a lot of things here and there from one side and the other side, and therefore there is no reason for the BJP to come into this debate.
So you know what, Dr. Chandan Mitra, I won't. At this stage, I know that if I say that you are dodging it, you'll say, Arnab, don't pass your judgment, you're being unfair. But I'll let the counter side coming, and Sanjay Jha raised his hand. By the way, it's going to be an open debate after that. Sanjay Jha, go ahead.
Yeah, Arnab, the first fact is that Mr. Modi is himself a former RSS pracharak. So we all know where his sympathies lie, what his heart really beats for. The second point is, look at some of the decisions he's taken since becoming the Prime Minister. Look at the Chief Minister of Haryana, look at the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, two states that BJP won, and you have both Mr. Fadnavis as well as Mr. Khattar, who are former RSS members. So what are you getting here? A clear message that the RSS has got a very singular stranglehold on this government. I remember when the BJP won the elections in May, amongst the first people that Mr. Modi and Mr. Rajnath Singh met was the RSS chief, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat. And last but not the least, and I want to make this point because it's very relevant, I will remind you of those famous words of Mr. Modi. Hum panch, hamare 25. What did that say? That was a typical devious propaganda playing on this exaggerated, misleading campaign which is done by the BJP and the RSS on Muslim population. So today when you're talking of reconversion, Arnab, how can Mr. Modi be against it? Mr. Modi is probably for it. There's a tacit endorsement of Mr. Modi for what is going on in the comments of the BJP and the RSS.
Make it brief, Sanjay. Make it brief. No, 1 second. Gaurav, before you come in, I think, with the greatest of respect, The question must be asked. Chandan Mitra must, Chandan Mitra must think about it. That why was the Modi government sworn in? Was the Modi government voted in to start a reconversion Ghar Wapsi campaign, Chandan Mitra? Or was the Modi government voted in for development? Did you get voted in saying hum Ghar Wapsi karayenge ki hum vikas karayenge? Now you're trying to delink the two. But this parliament session, this parliament session is making it clear.
This is absolutely improper and incorrect, Arnab. This is absolutely improper and incorrect.
I don't understand what's improper or incorrect.
BJP has nothing to do with this. BJP has nothing to do.
Sir, the RSS is not a fringe group.
The BJP president, Mr. Amit Shah, let me complete, has made it clear that the party's agenda is development and development alone. He made it clear in Chennai yesterday.
Sir, do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree?
There's no question.
With the RSS?
The BJP... No, that...
You say so, you disagree.
Yogi Adityanath does not agree with that.
Party does not have a view on this matter. It is not the party's concern.
How can the ruling party of India not have a view on the how can the ruling party of India not have a view on the biggest political controversy of the moment, on which the entire parliament session has been washed out? How can the BJP say we don't have a view on it? Do you agree or disagree that Hindus who converted were robbed, tempted or cheated?
Arnab, the Prime Minister, Arnab, if you will kindly allow, please. The Prime Minister made it plain on the floor of the House that he had used very strong language against his own MPs and urged them to exercise restraint.
Sir,
he said it at the BJP Parliamentary Party meeting in which I was present.
No, I'm sure you'll agree with me. Okay, it's a debate. Gaurav Bhatia wants to take it, then I come to the panel. No, my question is, I'm sure you'll agree with me, and actually Gaurav Bhatia will respond to that Mohan Bhagwat is slightly more important than that Sadhvi Niranjan, or that Mohan Bhagwat is slightly more important than Yogi Adityanath and perhaps in a greater position to influence.
That is the point.
Right.
Mohan Bhagwat
Arnab,
is very important, and that is why none of his statements have been condemned or countered. Now, Mr. Yogi Adityanath is also important, and that is why his statements have never been condemned. And the problem here is, I would go on a slightly different point, that it is not the antecedents that are worrying us. Say a person was an RSS pracharak, fine, no problem. But once he takes oath under the Constitution, then he has to be guided by the Constitution. The ideology of the Constitution is secularism. The ideology of the RSS is Hindu Rashtra. Both can't coexist. And today the nation is waiting to hear from the Prime Minister. Does he believe in the Constitution of India which talks about secularism? Or he is endorsing the ideology of a Hindu Rashtra which is divisive, which is communal? And so far, the Prime Minister has been silent on this. And today everyone feels that the
Prime Minister has spoken, he came to Parliament, he made his position clear,
the government,
and if there has been any violation of the law,
he has a right to. Gaurav, I'm allowing rebuts. Gaurav, I'm allowing rebuts in the interest of the debate, and Chandan Mitra is rebutting you.
I'm trying to remind Mr. Gaurav Bhatia that, he seems to have forgotten that in the state of Uttar Pradesh, his party is ruling. Although what kind of rule, that's another matter. But anyway, his party is ruling. If they find a problem, let them take up the matter and treat it as a law and order problem. Why don't you do that? Instead of all this kind of convoluted argument,
do you want to replicate?
Absolutely.
Do you idolize the Samajwadi Party?
To say Prime Minister has not spoken,
Chandan Ji, is not about the Samajwadi Party. I'm sorry, but I have to remind you that today's discussion is about the central government and the failures of central government, the communal politics that the BJP leaders are doing, but the communal outfits like RSS,
and the alleged violation has taken place in Agra. Agra, which I presume is in UP.
Agra,
and therefore under your rule.
The state
Agra is, I presume, is in UP, and therefore under your rule.
But who is behind these conversions?
Chandan Mitra, the reason... No, Chandan Mitra, may I please, gentlemen, may I intervene? I haven't even been to the panelists or in the studio yet. I'd like to just submit to everyone today that tonight the situation is a little bit even more complicated and serious than it was 4 or 5 days back. And the reason for this is the RSS is not a mythical organization. The RSS exists in our political space. The RSS wields political control. The RSS influences appointments in the government. RSS pracharaks are ministers and RSS pracharaks are running the ruling party of this country.
Arnab,
So we cannot build this. We cannot build this construct where we say the RSS. No, one second, Gaurav. We can't say the RSS view is not important. And what is important? I'd like to open up to the panelists here in the debate, please. The RSS view today has completely contradicted the official line of the government. Chandan Mitra, the RSS view has completely contradicted the official line of the government. And that's why it's being said the Prime Minister of India ought to make a statement on which side he stands on.
That's what I'm saying. RSS and BJP are separate organizations.
Where does the government stand on it?
We are separate organizations.
The BJP government is kneeling before the RSS and is taking diktats from the RSS.
RSS and BJP are two sides of the same coin, Arnab.
Do you agree or disagree?
On that. They are two sides of the same coin.
1 second. I'm taking the debate among our panelists. Sanjay, a minute. Saba. And by the way, we open it up after this.
First of all, managing the RSS even for Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a challenge. But
That's
if Mr.
true.
Modi, the way this session has gone and the way Mr. Modi has not spoken adequately against them or given enough gestures, he's actually showing himself at this point more helpless than Mr. Vajpayee, who ran a coalition. Mr. Modi has a majority government. Surely he can call the shots if he wants to.
He's not helpless.
And what is
not like that.
No, let me
It's not
finish.
like that. He is
Let me
in full
finish.
control.
Let me
Narendra
finish.
Modi is in full control of the
No, let
situation.
me finish what
and
I'm
he
saying.
takes lessons from RSS.
No, what's it? He
Can
gets
I
a sense
finish what
from
I'm
us.
saying? No, and
control.
Arnab, the most important thing is whether Mr. Modi and all are going and meeting the RSS chief or not is not relevant. This is something where what they decide privately, whether they're going to promote a Hindu Rashtra or whether they're going to give an appearance of not promoting a Hindu Rashtra. The point is, this is a public issue. They have to come out clearly on an issue which is at the heart of our constitutional
Chandan
rights.
Mitra's argument was, and Jayanto Ghoshal, I'm coming to you, and Chandan Mitra's argument is the Prime Minister does not need to make a comment on this issue because the RSS is not a political organization.
Simply because I
you
think
can respond to Chandan.
all of them must remember history that in 1979 when BJP leaders were asked, at that time there was no BJP, it was Jansangh leader, part of Janata Party, when they were asked, what is your relationship with RSS? Are you ready to break the relationship with RSS? All of them refused, including Mr. Advani. And on that issue, broke the party. So the question of Jansangh RSS or BJP RSS relationship is fundamental when it comes to
Is
BJP
it
in power.
necessary? My question is
I
it
want to say
necessary?
something.
Jayanto, my question is it necessary for the Prime Minister of India to comment on every comment? You see, what is the defense of the BJP? The Prime Minister of India does not need to respond to every comment of the RSS.
This is not every comment. This is a regular campaign. But this is not every comment.
Number one, that Mr. Modi, we should be very unfair to Mr. Modi if we say that RSS and Mr. Modi today are actually completely, it's a two-in-one. You know, the discontent of Narendra Modi over this RSS issue, maybe he doesn't express now the plan A is how to handle RSS. Plan B can be the reaction, but plan A should be...
Is there tension between the RSS and there tension between the RSS and the government?
No, because how can Mr. Modi be happy person if he cannot pass the insurance bill, he cannot pass today a Lokayuk bill also has gone to the standing committee. Can be Prime Minister be a happy person today? So you know, in Lucknow, the RSS meeting took place and RSS took a decision that for the coming 4 years, 5 years, it will be kept in abeyance, all these major issues, their agendas for the governance. So what is the priority of Mr. Modi? The governance, the policy implementation and the bills and not this conversion issue. So it's a trajectory. The problem is a story of trajectory. RSS, VHP and BJP.
So my point was, and I'll go back to our panelists. I think Gaurav Bhatia wants to come back to the debate. I'm coming back to you. But viewers are asking today, Chandan Mitra. Gaurav, I'll come to you, but Chandan Mitra must answer. Chandan Mitra, my question is again to you. Has the president of the principal party in power contradicted Mohan Bhagwat? The answer is no. Has the Prime Minister of the country contradicted Mohan Bhagwat? The answer is no. Has the government in power, Chandan Mitra, contradicted Mohan Bhagwat? The answer is no. So are we to assume that the Prime Minister, the President and the government of India agree with Mohan Bhagwat? Because, or are you saying it's not worth commenting on at all?
Arnab, you yourself just now very rightly said that the Prime Minister does not have to react to everything, each and everything.
No, I said that's your argument.
They are a separate organization. They are a separate organization with a separate agenda, a separate membership and a program, and therefore the Prime Minister does not have to react to everything.
No,
and that's nothing to do with the RSS. If there is a law of the land is violated, governments must take action, whereas Mr. Gaurav Bhatia is happily pretending that his party does not rule UP and therefore he has nothing to do with all this.
So why are we talking about UP?
This is total hypocrisy and attempt to derail economic progress in the country. The whole country is watching. Whole country is watching how they derail the insurance bill, how they are trying to derail every piece of legislation.
Quick points, Arnab, if you
No, one second. Sir, with respect, if you are so concerned about the economy of the country, then
the
you should
FDI
go
insurance for several years as well. And Arnab, can I just make one quick point?
And tell them that what you are doing is coming in the way of governance.
Because this was not the issue. Let me tell you that if this conversion issue was not there, it would have had to be invented by the Congress, the Samajwadis and the other disruptionist forces. Because they want to
Chandan Mitra, Chandan Mitra, are you saying Chandan Mitra?
I'm sorry, Arnab, can I respond to Mr. Mitra?
Are you saying Sonia Gandhi told... No, are you saying Sonia Gandhi and Mulayam Singh Yadav are telling Mohan Bhagwat to say what he did? Are you saying that Praveen Togadia is taking instructions from Nitish Kumar? Or are you actually suggesting the opposition conspiracy against your government and Mohan Bhagwat is only the missile?
Allow me some time.
No, Chandan Mitra,
your reductio ad absurdum logic doesn't work. But the fact is that the common agenda between the Samajwadi, Congress, Trinamool and all these disruptionist forces is that how to derail the government.
So
how to derail the government, how to stop the economy, how to prevent the insurance bill from getting passed.
We'll take the political counters. We'll take...
And create a deadlock.
Gaurav Bhatia, make it brief. Gaurav Bhatia, make it brief. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Arnab, I would like to say this, that issue of secularism is fundamental to the constitution and to the country. And on this issue, without wasting any time, the Prime Minister should have spoken. And since he is silent, the country is suffering. As for derailment from the agenda of development, if anyone is to be blamed, then it is Yogi Adityanath, Giriraj Singh, Sangeet Som, Mohan Bhagwat, Togadia and all these people. It is not the opposition. And it is most unfortunate that Mr. Chandan Mitra is trying to pass the buck to the state government without knowing that in the Agra incident arrest was made. In Bahrain, where Hindus were converted to Christianity,
Gaurav Bhatia, 1 minute. Gaurav Bhatia, I have a report. 1 second. One simple counter to you. Gaurav, I just want to be sure. Mr.
When the law is violated,
you
cannot expect action just because somebody says something.
Who is violating the law?
That is not a violation.
Today, the member of parliament, today the BJP MPs are violating the law with impunity, and that is so unfortunate. The member of parliaments of BJP are violating the law. The ministers are violating the law from BJP. We have never seen this. This has never been heard before. That a person who should have allegiance to the constitution has started violating the constitution.
Now,
we will discuss Samajwadi Party on another day. Today the question is, are you going to tame the RSS or your Prime Minister is too feeble? Is Mr. Narendra Modi so feeble tonight? Is Mr. Narendra Modi so feeble?
You talk only after that.
Again, the question
you want to discuss Azam Khan? We can always discuss Mr. Azam Khan, but I thought that you would respond on Mohan Bhagwat making such communal statements saying that India would be a Hindu Rashtra, and you have not responded to that so far. Do you have the will to tame the RSS or not? That is the question the country is asking you tonight.
No, 1 minute. I don't understand this business of a golden silence. No, Chandan Mitra, 1 minute. Chandan Mitra, Dr. Chandan Mitra, 1 minute, please. Dr. Mitra. Dr. Chandan Mitra. Dr. Chandan Mitra, please.
Chandan Mitra would go and visit the RSS offices.
Chandan Mitra.
How many social cultural organizations?
Chandan Mitra, 1 minute. Gaurav, cease fire for a minute. 1 second. Cease fire for a minute. Just have a truce for a minute, please. please, one second. But question is, you know, is this simple question? I think Chandan Mitra, you're going to have to answer this. This secular, multi-religious, multicultural fabric of our country, which you promised to protect under your election slogan of India First. Now, please don't dodge this question also, because people are watching now. How many questions will you dodge? And Chandan Mitra, for a party that used to criticize the Congress for never speaking and dodging and ducking, if you dodge and duck so many times on the news, it doesn't look good. Now, my question to you is...
I am not dodging or ducking.
Sir, I am not saying you... No, 1 second, sir. This is now... Sir, this is now a guilty complex. I'm not accusing you of... I'm saying if you do it, won't look good.
Dodging and ducking 10 times
over. You are not prepared to
over.
understand.
Sir... Chandan Mitra,
you are not prepared to understand.
Question, allow me to complete.
Because it is very clear, I am making it clear again and again, that the BJP and the RSS are not the same thing.
Sir,
and
what you are making clear again and again and again and again and again, and if I may say so, again and again and again.
And RSS has a right to speak out.
And Chandan Mitra, what you are
can I ask
making
a question
clear
of Mr.
again
Mitra?
and again and again and again and again is that you have no view on this whole issue. What we are asking you, sir, again and again and again,
I am not required to have
what is your view on
I
this
represent
issue?
the BJP. I have no reason to have a view, and certainly not to discuss this view in public.
How can you not have a view?
Whatever my view,
Okay, so
I will not.
I will not. The three questions of Chandan Mitra.
And anyway, you called me here, Arnab, to discuss Parliament.
Chandan Mitra.
On a false premise that you are discussing Parliament. You are not discussing only RSS.
Chandan Mitra, Chandan Mitra, three quick questions and then I'll put it out to everyone. Three quick questions. Okay? My first question to you is, do you think that the concept of Hindu Rashtra is synonymous with the idea of India First, which you promised?
I am not answering any of these questions because I was
answer?
not told I will face these questions. I was told Parliament is going to be discussed. And you are not discussing Parliament. You are not interested in discussing Parliament. You are only interested in discussing something else. I should not have been misled into coming here on false pretext.
No, aren't these the issues which are blocking Parliament, Mr. Chandan Mitra?
No, nothing to do with whether I believe in Hindu Rashtra or I don't. How is that relevant to Parliament being logjam? How is my belief at all, Arnab,
well, you represent your party, Mr. Mitra.
How is my belief in Hindu
Aren't you a member of the Rajya Sabha of the
BJP to the insurance bill being blocked by the opposition?
Sir, because the insurance, I'll tell you simply because the insurance bill.
In Hindu Rashtra or not, and the insurance bill. What is the connection?
Sir, I'll tell you the connection if you allow me, sir. And by the way, I neither beguile anyone, nor do I mislead anyone, nor am I deceptive when I call people on the program. I'll tell you the clear link and then we can debate it. The coal mine bill, the GST, as well as the insurance bill 2008 is today at stake in Parliament. And people of this country, Chandan Mitra, I agree with you, everyone wanted development and reforms. And everyone is saying tonight, Chandan Mitra, why don't you get on with it? You know, why don't you get on with it? Why don't you let, why don't you just, okay, Prime Minister has to speak, let the Prime Minister speak and let's legislate. Let the Prime Minister speak and legislate.
Prime Minister has already spoken. Prime Minister has already spoken. Prime Minister already spoken, and after that, the opposition did not allow Parliament to run for 3 days. Arnab, please refresh your memory. Prime Minister came, he spoke, and then the opposition did not allow Parliament to run for 3 days.
Sanjay Jha wanted to come in once and he can come in, we're coming back after this. Yes, Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, no, Gaurav Bhatia, Sanjay Jha.
He's the Prime Minister of the country.
Sanjay Jha, this
Arnab, can I ask a question of Mr. Mitra?
Yes, yeah, Sanjay Jha, go ahead.
Chandan, one simple question.
Yes,
you know, let's not just focus on Mr. Mohan Bhagwat. You have Praveen Togadia today in Bhopal, who yesterday made a very inflammatory statement. He said he wants to see India having 100% Hindus in the shortest period of time. So isn't that a very, very provocative and a dangerous statement, which means that you want to see 15%? 1 minute, but he said it in Bhopal, which has a Madhya Pradesh BJP government. Now, you have been saying something of Gaurav Bhatia, and I think Gaurav needs to answer that. But you have a BJP government in Madhya Pradesh. And that is a statement almost threatening that 15% of India's population, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, everybody will be converted into Hindus. You think that doesn't call for a statement from the Prime Minister of India? It doesn't mean an action will not be taken.
If there is a violation of the law, Mr. Sanjay Jha, your Congress people in Madhya Pradesh.
I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible because you're all members of the big Sangh Parivar, Chandan. It's all big members of the Sangh Parivar, and you got to accept it, Chandan, that the RSS chose Mr. Modi as a Prime Minister. RSS foot soldiers campaigned for you in the national
I found a worrying comment from Mr. Rajagopalan. Sanjay Jha
is making governors appointments, and today
Sanjay
I think
Jha,
you're right.
Mr. Rajagopalan wants to say
BJP is a
something.
puppet in the hands of the
Sanjay Jha, what is wrong in Togadia speaking like that?
Yeah.
And if it was criminally wrong, Madhya Pradesh government will file an FIR against him. Therefore, UP government also should file an FIR against Yogi Adityanath in Lucknow. Can they do it? They won't do it. It's a state subject. Therefore, Congress,
well, that's Mr. Gaurav Bhatia's problem.
They don't meet the point.
That's Mr. Gaurav Bhatia's problem to explain. But there is a larger issue, Mr. Gopalan, that you need to understand. That the Prime Minister of India is not addressing just the opposition members in Parliament.
He came to Parliament,
the minorities in India have never been more apprehensive, concerned and worried as they are over the last 6 months. And the Prime Minister is the highest political executive in India.
Not adequate.
Okay, please, 1 second, I'm coming to the studio, Saba.
Conversion and equate.
No, please let me say. Mr. Rajagopal,
they want to equate with that. Opposition parties want to derail these economic reforms of Narendra Modi.
No, they don't.
Especially
that is not.
Especially Congress.
If they do so, then
they have a majority in
Mr. Rajagopal.
That is why they are showing the numbers.
They are making it the BJP.
Is Lok Sabha not functioning?
Can you allow me
not functioning?
Allow me.
Lok Sabha is functioning. Leaders are not happy with this development. That's why they are meeting and trying to resolve the issue. So there is a
so we accept that they're out of control
between RSS and BJP. You know, it is like that. That's Manmohan Singh. Dr. Manmohan Singh wanted to go to Pakistan and wanted to make peace, and Sonia Gandhi and Congress objected. But Manmohan Singh never expressed publicly, but there was some gap and differences. You know that Buddhadev Bhattacharya and Situ, it is like that. You cannot.
This is a strong government. So this is a government with a simple majority. Mr. Modi himself makes the point that the entire world today, Mr. Modi himself says the entire world takes India very seriously now because they know there is a government with a strong majority. So people are saying exercise the majority.
Which is why, Arnab, the government is trying to speak with the actions. They did try to bring in the insurance bill. It was blocked in Lok Sabha. So they brought in the GST bill post-haste into Lok Sabha. Now, the fact is that in Lok Sabha, the bills get introduced because the numbers of the BJP are more. It's simple mathematics. In Rajya Sabha, it is the opposition which has completely blocked any business to be done. The PM made one statement on Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti. That didn't satisfy the opposition. What is the guarantee that a second statement will? And that's the argument that the BJP leadership as well as the government has been giving.
Navika, principally the same argument was given earlier when questions were, will you act against corruption vis-a-vis the Congress government? They said if we act in one time...
How many times did Dr. Manmohan Singh speak in Parliament? On the coal scam. The point is that can you feel the BJP?
Dr. Manmohan Singh's behavior in Parliament is an excuse for Modi. How can you have that as an excuse of Modi? How can you cite Dr. Manmohan Singh for Modi? Are you following everything that Dr. Manmohan Singh did?
Not only that, Arnab.
Moreover, just now you mentioned that the bill is 2008. That means it was a Congress which was stalling it, BJP was stalling it. Now BJP has got it, make a statement and make the bills clear.
You know, this whole thing about...
Extremely simple.
The point is that on both sides, there are large egos.
Of course there are.
There is an ego clash.
I don't think it is egos. It is not ego.
Arnab,
it is a two-track policy. It is a two-track policy of the BJP to run the Hindu Rashtra campaign on one side and development on the other.
The conversion issue is being picked up by the international media right now. It is a very fundamental story now. It's not only playing out here, it is being picked up all over the world. Now this whole thing, either Mr. Modi can't control his own parivar, either we presume that at the beginning of this, because if he's really as keen on the economic agenda as Jayanto Das says he is, if he's so out of control and they're also upset. But you know, no, Jayanto, let me finish. Jayanto, let me finish. Either it is a game that you hunt with the hounds and you run with the hares. You want to say, oh, actually the PM doesn't like it, but what can we do? You walk this balancing act. We've seen it before.
Mr. Rajagopalan wanted to come.
It's not like that.
You can respond to it directly.
It is not like that. Narendra Modi is in full control. I don't agree with.
Then he likes all this.
I don't agree on that.
No, then he likes all this.
Since they are weak in Rajya Sabha, Congress is exploiting it.
No.
Trinamool is exploiting it.
But that's
Trinamool
the
wants to
reason
stop the
this meeting
Sharda
is
scam.
taking place.
Trinamool wants to stop the Sharda scam. That is why they are
No, but Modi admonished his party MPs. Modi admonished his party MPs. So he has actually taken a position in party. So why can't he take the same position in Parliament? No, he has not taken a position in Parliament. He says, I have instructed.
He has spoken.
He says he has instructed his
party. You can't expect
party.
Prime Minister to speak on 2 times on the same subject.
No, not 2 times. He has instructed the party.
Can I please go back to Gaurav Bhatia, who's been wanting to make a point?
That's the reason this entire meeting of the top brass of the BJP and RSS is taking place.
You see,
to
now,
find a breakthrough.
Can I please come?
And apart from that, Mohan Bhagwat is recognized for another 10 days.
Mr. Rajagopalan, a minute, please. Mr. Ketkar, 1 minute. You see, now, Mr. Chandan Mitra, I'm sure you realize that the situation is fairly grave or serious. If the situation was not grave, then tonight as we bring this broadcast, then all the top BJP leaders wouldn't be sitting with all the top RSS leaders at Nitin Gadkari's house and trying to say what on earth are we going to do with it. Now, your argument has been principally that we have nothing to do with it. Now, Mr. Chandan Mitra, I'd like to remind you that a few days ago, Venkaiah Naidu said the BJP has nothing to do with conversions or reconversions. Principally the same argument that you made, because he said, quote, some individuals may take part because of their belief, but one can't find fault with the government of India, unquote. But today, the fact is, Chandan Mitra, and please just think this, give me a minute to explain this to you, then you can argue as aggressively as you wish, right? And you can take me on as strongly as you want. And you can dismiss the question with as much of a swashbuckling style as you wish. But my question is today, the fact is that these individuals are your ideologues and their affiliates. How can you say we have nothing to do with the RSS? How can you say we have nothing to, at the least, if you want to distance yourself from the statements, you need to come out and say, I disagree with them. No, how can you say we have nothing to, can you say I have nothing to do with the RSS?
That we are separate organizations. The RSS has a large number of bodies over which it has an ideological influence. That includes the BJP. I'm not disputing it. But it's an ideological influence.
Political front of RSS.
Any organization
no, officially.
Programmatic.
Let him come. Officially the front of RSS.
Let him come. The RSS agenda. 1 minute. BJP does not dictate the RSS agenda. RSS does not dictate BJP agenda. We are separate organizations and we will follow our separate agendas. I don't see what is the problem in this. And I will just want to repeat that the Prime Minister has made his position clear.
Said that he's proud to be a member of the Samajwadi Parivar.
How many ministers do the opposition want to be paraded and keep saying sorry?
One question from Chandan Mitra.
What for?
One question from Chandan Mitra, and Chandan Mitra.
Arnab.
You see, tonight I'm happy you're not dodging, you're not ducking, but I must say you're not evolving either in your argument. You're stuck to the same line. And my counter question to you, Chandan Mitra, and people are watching.
You will never be satisfied.
Okay, I'll never be satisfied.
If ducking and dodging doesn't work, then you will come up with evolving.
Chandan Mitra, I agree with you. I won't be satisfied with this answer. But my simple question, and now I think people will really watch. I have a simple question for Chandan Mitra. And if you're watching this debate tonight, you're tweeting live, and the hashtag is House of Chaos. Please listen to my question and listen to Chandan Mitra's reply. And then you can tweet for yourself, and I want you to tweet now. The time is 9:43, and I'll send the responses to Chandan Mitra, who at a personal level I have great personal regard for. Not now, but for over several decades. My question to Chandan Mitra is the following. Chandan Mitra, tomorrow if Akbaruddin Owaisi goes on the campaign trail in Uttar Pradesh, makes a series of provocative comments that disturb the communal harmony of the area and go contrary to the Prime Minister's call for a 10-year ban on communal he asked for a moratorium on communal violence, will you then say that the government of India should keep quiet? Will you then say, let anyone, including Akbaruddin Owaisi, and I'm only mentioning Akbaruddin Owaisi because I know Asaduddin will jump every time I make this comment. I'm mentioning because Akbaruddin Owaisi has a history of making communal remarks. Will you be quiet if Akbaruddin Owaisi goes on such a spree again? Please tell me. Will you also then say, we have nothing to do with it?
Yeah.
Will you say we will have nothing to do with it?
Is it against the law? Chandan said that.
Yes.
Is it illegal?
You know very well that as soon as Mr. Akbaruddin Owaisi does that, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia and his party will pounce on him and arrest him because he is a rival claimant. He is a rival claimant to the Muslim vote bank. So they will do it. So and law and order in any case.
No, sir, you're not answering my question.
So let them first do it.
Sir, why are you so bothered about what Samajwadi Party will do? What will you do?
Hypothetical questions, Arnab. I will not answer
hypothetical questions.
Let the Samajwadi
I will not answer hypothetical questions, but I know what Gaurav Bhatia and his party will do.
These are not hypothetical questions.
To see what we have
I know you'll be happy to do it because he's a rival. He's a rival in your vote bank politics.
Is not illegal. What the VHP said is not illegal. What the RSS is saying is not illegal. But is there not a context in which things are saying? Are there not sensitivities, Chandan? Are there not? So we all know what this is aimed at. So is there a limit to free speech, or do we all just sort of mouth off, all the mullahs come out, all the lunatic fringe comes out, everybody says whatever they like, regardless of what the outcome is?
Is there a violation of law?
Oh, you're defending
if there's a violation of law, why doesn't everybody agree? Why doesn't everybody agree that we should have an anti-conversion bill? That all forcible conversions or conversions to environment should be banned.
You began by saying I don't have a view, now you're defending Mohan Bhagwat.
I'm sure you will support it, Saba. I don't know if Gaurav Bhatia will, but I hope Saba will.
Okay, gentlemen, we're short of time. A quick reminder to all our viewers. I could have carried this debate on forward for much longer, but I want to tell all our viewers that we have Mission 44 debates coming up tomorrow. Will the BJP head up to Mission 44? We are all looking forward to that. That's also debate number 2, 7 a.m. onwards is our live coverage. I look forward to your viewership all through the day tomorrow. To our panelists on debate number 1, thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.